Hi, you guys. We are going to be sewing the August pant together today. So these bad boys right here, if you're just stumbling upon this video and want to sew this pair of pants, the link to buy the pattern is in the description of this video. So go click on that link, buy and print out your pattern, and come back when you're ready to start sewing with us. Now, if you're here, I'm assuming it's because you are going to start sewing your August pant, in which case, thank you so much for supporting my indie pattern making business. I created these pants for my son, August. They are a relaxed fit, elastic waistband with a slight barrel and tapered leg. Honestly, just the perfect toddler pant in my opinion. It works well in lightweight or heavyweight fabric and is a perfect project to use for thrifted fabric. This I created from a thrifted men's button-up and this from a thrifted men's pair of jeans. Now, if you're ready to get sewing, feel free to skip along to the sewing portion of this video. I have it all time-stamped below, but if you're a super beginner, you might want to stick around for some of the clarifications I have regarding the pattern itself. A couple things to know about this pattern before you start. It is a confident beginner sewing pattern. There is a 1/2 inch seam allowance included in the pattern. That means when you cut out your fabric along the pattern line, you are going to be sewing a 1/2 inch in from the raw edge of the fabric. This pattern will also teach you how to create an elastic waistband casing as well as install an elastic waistband. And it'll also show you how to make patch pockets. And I'll be showing you how to do that in 2 different methods today. Now in this pattern, you are going to have 3 separate pattern pieces, a front leg, a back leg, and a pocket pattern piece. The pocket you're going to be cutting 4 of. This is going to be for the method where we finish the inside of the pocket. However, if you're low on fabric, you can also just cut 2 out and you can do the second version of finishing the pocket that we will cover in this video. The back pant and the front pant, you're going to be cutting 2 mirrored, which means you're going to be cutting 2 pieces, but with your fabric folded on top of each other, right sides together. So you'll end up with 2 separate pieces of fabric per pattern piece, but you'll only actually be cutting around each pattern piece once. The tools you will need to complete this project are, of course, the pattern, some tape to tape it together, a pair of paper scissors to cut around the pattern, a pair of fabric scissors to cut your fabric, some pins or clips, thread, fabric, some way to mark your fabric, so either a fabric pen or tailor's chalk, and an elastic waistband. Okay, now that we've covered all the details, let's get to sewing. So our first step, of course, is going to be to cut out our fabric. So again, folding our fabric right sides together, placing and pinning our pattern piece and cutting around the edge of our pattern. And when you're all done, this is what you should have. 2 back leg fabric pieces that are mirrored, 2 front leg fabric pieces that are mirrored, and then 4 pieces for your pocket. You should have all your pattern pieces cut out now. Another tip and something you are not going to want to skip is testing out your stitches on a piece of your fabric. Now, this is something I personally skip sometimes, and every single time I end up regretting it. You want to make sure that your machine is threaded properly, your tension is good, and that there's no other issues. And the only way to really do that is with a scrap piece of fabric. Once our fabric is all cut out, the first step is going to be to attach our pockets. Now, this is an optional step. You don't need to add pockets if you don't want to, but they do add a nice little touch to the pants. We are going to attach them before we assemble the pants because I find attaching them to a flat pattern piece so much easier than trying to do it after the fact. And there's 2 different ways that you can attach these pockets. So I'll demonstrate both different ways. That way you can pick which is best suited for your fabric. If you have a lighter weight fabric, kind of like mine is a very lightweight woven fabric. In this case, I would use the first method. And in this method, I'm going to be sewing my pocket pieces together, right sides together, a 1/2 inch in, leaving about a 1 to 2 inch gap so we can turn our pockets right side out. Before we turn our pockets, we just want to clip our seam allowances. Cut little triangles where the curves go out. That way, when we do turn it out, it will lay flat. Once you have all your clips made, you're just going to turn your pockets right sides out through the opening you left. Once it's all turned out, you're going to bring it over to your iron so you can press it. And you can use a pen or a chopstick, something to kind of poke the edges out. Give it a really good pressing so your lines are super super crisp. Now it's time to attach our pocket. You'll take one of your back pant legs and find the center of your pattern piece. And you're gonna measure 2 inches down from the waistline. You'll see here that I'm folding it over so you can see where the waistline will be once we create our waistband casing. So make sure you measure 2 inches down from there. Pin your pocket in place and then bring it over to your machine. We're gonna start at the top corner of our pocket. I like to sew as close as possible to the edge of the pocket piece. Start with a back stitch, sew all the way around to the other corner and back stitch again. You'll leave the straight part at the top unsewn and this will be our pocket opening. Now repeat this process for the other pant piece. If you'd rather use method 2 to finish your pockets, which I recommend for heavier weight fabrics, you'll only need to cut 2 pieces of your pocket pattern. I'd recommend serging or zigzagging around your pocket pattern to minimize fraying. Then you're going to take your pocket piece and press your seam allowance towards the wrong side of your fabric. This method can be a little tricky with curves. That's why I tend to like method 1 better, but this method is faster, especially if you square the bottom of the pocket. You'll place your pocket in the same place as method 1 and then stitch the same way. However, I would recommend top stitching the top edge of your pocket so that stays down before securing it to your pant. Now we get to start assembling the pants. You'll take one of your back pant pieces and one of your front pant pieces and place them on top of one another, right sides together. Starting with the inseam, match the hem crotch point and then distribute the fabric evenly between those 2 points. Sew up your inseam and repeat the process on your side seam. Since these pants are made to fit a little bit baggy, don't be alarmed if your pieces don't sit flush against each other in the middle. Just worry about matching up your side seams and it will turn out perfectly. Once both your seams are sewn, you'll repeat this process with your 2 remaining pattern pieces. After that, you'll bring everything over to your iron and press the seams open and flat. Do not skip this step. Pressing along the way makes the hugest difference in the final appearance of your garment. I promise you will not regret it. Okay, now you have both pant legs sewn up, and this is where things can get a little bit confusing. So what you're gonna do is take one of your pant legs and turn it inside out like so. And you're going to take the pant leg that is right sides out and put it inside the pant leg that is inside out. And while you're doing this, you're going to want to make sure that you're matching up all of your seams and just pinning it along the crotch line. And this is what it's going to look like when you're all done. If you do ever get confused at this step, which is totally normal, you can just turn your pants right sides out to make sure that you're doing it properly before actually sewing them together. Okay, you have your crotch sewn together now. So now we're going to turn the pants right sides out. So cute. Okay, we're gonna give it a really good pressing along the crotch seam, and then I will show you how to create the elastic waistband casing. I've got my pants all pressed now, and we are gonna start creating the elastic waistband casing. We are doing a fold over waistband, which I think is a super easy way to do a waistband. We clipped our waistline in our seam allowance just to give ourselves a bit of a guide on where to fold our casing to. The seam allowance on this is 1/2 inch. So you're going to be folding it 1/2 inch past where you clipped, which will leave you with a casing that is just a touch over 1 inch wide. We want the casing to be a little bit bigger than the elastic so the elastic can glide through very nicely. So once you have that one edge flipped over 1/2 inch, making sure that these seams are layered on top of each other, we're just going to pin that in place and fold the remainder of the pant over the same amount. Once you've done that, you're going to bring it over to your iron and give it a really good pressing. Once you have your waistband folded in and all pressed so it's nice and crisp along the edges here, we are going to mark where our top stitching line is going to be for our waistband. So you are going to mark that line 1 inch and 1/8 over where the edge of your pant is. And this is where tailor's chalk or a marking pen comes in handy. I like to mark it on the inside because if you folded it over properly, you'll be able to see that if you mark it 1/8 of an inch away, it's leaving you with 1/2 inch seam allowance here on the edges. You're gonna mark it like this all the way around and top stitch along that line, leaving a 1 to 2 inch gap so we can insert our elastic. Now grab your elastic, cut it to 1 inch longer than the length you need. This is so we can overlap them at the end and top stitch the ends together. I've included a standard size elastic waistband chart with the pattern, but for accuracy, I'd recommend, if you can, measuring the elastic around your child's waist. Now you're gonna shimmy the safety pin through the casing. Once it's all the way through, top stitch the ends together and top stitch your opening closed. Once you have the elastic put in and you've top stitched up that opening, this is what you're going to be left with. I always like to give it a really good pressing because I love super crisp lines. It makes such a difference. Now at this stage, you can just leave it like this, or if you have a nice lightweight fabric and stretchy elastic, you can also do some top stitching on the elastic. For example, in the first pair of August pants I made, I did a top stitching in the middle and on the edge. And because the fabric is so lightweight, it worked very, very well. I attempted that with my second pair of August pant, which is a very heavyweight denim, and it did not go well. It kept the elastic stretched out, so there was no kind of like give in the waist. So I removed the top stitching. So just be mindful with that if you plan on top stitching the elastic. So all we have left to do is fold up our hems, press them, and top stitch them up. Now you'll notice on the pattern that it tapers out a little bit in the hem, and that's because when you fold up the hem, it will stay in line with the curve of the side seam. That way, when you do top stitch, there won't be any bunching at the bottom. Right, everyone? And there you have it. The August pant. These ones I made in a size 2T. How cute are they? I am personally so obsessed with the fit, and this is what my pattern testers have been saying about the fit of these pants. Thank you so much for sewing with me today. I hope you found this tutorial insightful and helpful. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Make sure to also check out my online store and sign up to my newsletter if you want first access to my next pattern drops. I will leave the link in the description of this video for you. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I post new videos every Saturday. All right, you guys, thank you for sewing with me today. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.